Today we're going to continue our study of Social Studies Chapter 11, Rome and Christianity, with the second half of Lesson 1, so 11.1b, from Republic to Empire. The big idea today, after changing from a republic to an empire, Rome grew politically and economically, developed a culture that influenced later civilizations, again, such as our own. And the main idea, the Romans accomplished great things in science, engineering, architecture, art, literature, and law. So we know that Romans made lasting achievements in science, engineering, architecture, and art. Rome's literary and legal system influences are still found in today's world, especially here in the United States. The Romans tried to find knowledge that could improve their lives. So they studied medicine, calendars, better farming methods. Their practical approach to engineering can be seen in their use of cement, layered roads, and arches. Arches support much heavier weight because of their rounded shape, and I'll show you in a picture in just a second. The Romans created aqueducts to carry water from the mountains to the cities. And some of these aqueducts are still being used today. They combined arches to form a vault. And a vault is a set of arches that supports the roof of a building. So you're going to come back and watch this video, and this video, and this video. And all of these will explain to you more of what we just learned about, the aqueducts and the arches and the vaults. So here is an example of the Roman arch. They were the first people to make wide use of the arch, and this is actually a Roman aqueduct supported by hundreds of these arches. And then this is a drawing that simulates how Roman engineers built their tall and strong arches. So Roman architecture was largely based on older Greek design, such as columns and the use of marble. They moved beyond the Greeks with their use of vaults, which were used in the Colosseum and in domes and aqueducts, as we just saw. They could build much larger structures than the Greeks did because of these vaults. Their artists were known for their mosaics, paintings, and statues. They used mosaics and paintings to decorate the buildings. And most Roman paintings were frescoes. This is a type of painting that's done on plaster. The Romans tried to recreate the Greek statues. Remember when we discussed Greek, it looked like the statues could just get up and walk away. They were so realistic. Well, the Romans tried to recreate that, but they weren't quite as good as the Greeks with that. Here's another video you're going to come back and watch dealing with architecture. The artists of the Roman Empire, we just said, were known for mosaics and paintings. They did most of their work on wet plaster. These were called frescoes. They were also very skilled at creating portraits or pictures of people. And we said just a second ago that the sculptors in Rome were also talented, but they mostly copied statues from older Greek works. And then these copies helped provide information about Greek masterpieces. So in other words, how the Greeks were able to do what they did to make them so realistic. So Roman literature and language. Rome was home to many of the greatest authors of the ancient world, such as Virgil and Ovid. They excelled at mythology, histories, speeches, and drama. They used the language of Rome, which is Latin, and Latin developed into many different languages. So they're called the Romance languages. So for Roman, Romance languages. Latin words are still common in scientific and legal terms, and also in mottos that we use today. So a lot of different languages are based in Latin, which was the language of Rome. Roman law, it serves as the model for modern law codes around the world. It was enforced throughout Europe and still existed after the empire fell apart. Roman law inspired a system called civil law, which is a legal system based on written codes of law, of which we still follow. Most European countries today have these civil law traditions that came from Rome. And this is the end of lesson 11.1b. Next time we will talk about the Roman Empire and religion.